Good morning and welcome to Onward in Love and Caregiving. I'm Greg Johnson. I'm the president and CEO of GJP International, which is Greg Johnson Partnerships International. And here in New York, I have the privilege of serving as the chief advisor to the CEO of Emblem Health for family caregiving. I want to welcome you to this program, and it's a special program. I think each of them is special because I have an opportunity to chat with each of you and to reflect on topics that many of you have written to me. Now, today, it is the April 14th broadcast, and so we have just come from completing Lent and Easter last Sunday. Yesterday was the end of Passover, and on the 23rd of this month will be the end of Ramadan. And so, with each of these, we have had periods of reflection, periods of, I hope, going within, periods of quiet, of reflection, of letting go, of forgiveness, of letting go of limitations, all those things that are part of each of the traditions as we prepare for a holiday which ends each of them. Now we begin another period, and those are the periods between holidays. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I want us to find ways to truly celebrate each and every day that we have, and particularly as we work with our care recipients, as caregivers and those who care for care recipients. We want to be able to find those things that bring joy and truly allow us to celebrate. Now, Martin Cowart, who is the wonderful person who spoke with us and was one of our guests last year on one of our broadcasts, has written a very beautiful piece. And I wanted to share just a portion of it. He's reflecting on the holiday of Easter, but in its most inclusive sense. The Easter story is one of death and resurrection, a powerful reminder of the cyclical nature of life and the possibility of transformation. Excuse me. In this story, Jesus, God as you understand the universe, teaches us how to live through his teachings of love, waiting, and service. Love. One of Jesus' teachings is to love God with all our heart, mind, and soul, and love our neighbors as ourselves. This love comes from a deep understanding of who we truly are. No thing, but the universe itself, the divine within each and every one of us. It is through this understanding that we can live happy lives full of meaning and purpose. Waiting and listening. Another teaching of Jesus is to wait and listen. Our ego shadow is constantly telling us to hurry up and get busy. But our soul is telling us to be still and listen. By quieting our minds through meditation, we can learn to listen for that still small voice within us and let it guide us. Service. Finally, Jesus teaches us to serve others with love and kindness, without any expectation of reward. Serving others in this way helps us overcome our ego shadow and connect with our true selves. We must serve from the heart with a deep feeling of gratitude for the opportunity to make someone else's life a little bit better. And nothing could more perfectly describe what each of you as a family caregiver is doing. And you need to remember that. You need to know that you are making a difference, even when you feel you are not. Now, as we go into this period after the holidays, whether it be Easter, whether it be Passover, whether it be Ramadan, as we go back to, as it were, our daily lives, how can we live into those days in ways that are reflective of what we've just gone through, of the lessons that we've learned, perhaps the messages that we've heard? How can we stay focused? How can we follow our hearts? We learned a great deal about going within. How can we rise above drama and negativity? Let us love more and stress less. Now, quite frankly, I would urge two immediate things. One, you already heard referenced in Be Still and Listen, and that is a time of meditation. Now, that can be very brief, or it can be a longer period of time. And for those of you who say, I can't meditate, fine. Take one word and just keep repeating it for 15 seconds. Begin there. Peace, 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 peace. You're going to be amazed at what happens within you. And don't be so skeptical as not to try it, because you can do it. And it's going to make a difference. And proportionately to how much you're able to meditate, the benefit will be there. And you will see that. But it's something that you can grow into. We're going to do a meditation that's a favorite of mine, one that we've all used, and I get many requests for this at the end of this program. But a brief time of meditation and a brief time of prayer. However you have the tradition, whether it be a formal prayer, whether it be a very informal prayer, or if it be as simple as simply one word. And it's one that I share frequently. I share this with people who are about to have surgery. As you're on that gurney, I always encourage people to remember how many people are praying for them and to feel that prayer energy, that spiritual energy coming in. But for you, perhaps it's simply peace, 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 and it will make a difference. Or perhaps God, God, God. And it's God as you understand that word today, because ours is a constant journey in understanding and giving gratitude. But I urge you throughout your coming weeks to think about these two things and then to celebrate not the big events, a cup of tea, a wonderful book, or with your care recipient. Donnie and I have been doing a lot of celebrating very small little things during this 5.5-month period of recovery from my hip surgery. It's been slow, but we would celebrate that I actually stood up without leaning on anything. We celebrated that one of the exercises I have is the clam. Well, when I first came home, the clam didn't open. And then slowly, and then even so much more. And we celebrated that. We were thankful for that. Those are things that often we forget. I don't. This is the 5th time I'm learning to walk in my life. The polio as a child, the strokes, broken leg, and now this hip surgery. And I've learned to be grateful for the small things and some of the big things. One of the things I always say I learned with the strokes was when I could finally get down to the subway, that train wasn't my train because there was no way I was going to get to that train. I was walking still too slowly. But there was a next train. That would be my train. And I gave thanks that I could do that. I didn't spend time saying, oh, poor me, or, oh, I missed it. Oh. And New Yorkers, that's great drama when they miss a train. I often like to say to somebody, I'm new here. Is there only one train? And of course, you can imagine their reaction. But it's true. We need to learn to celebrate. Perhaps you've been enjoying, as we have here in New York, an incredibly beautiful springtime. The days are getting longer. The flowers are coming out. There are lovely fragrances. I'm hearing the birds again singing, and that is so special. So spend a bit of time making each day special, because it is. It is a gift. And as we see gifts, we see more gifts. As we are grateful, we see more things to be grateful for. And when we do that with our care recipient, we share and build together. It's not all about the disease or the disease. It is about caring, caring, caring for each moment and each victory, no matter how small it may be, because it's the gift for today. So I urge you to think about that, making each day a celebration of the day itself and the gifts that you are finding in that day that are being given to you and given to you and your care recipient. I can't stress that enough. It's been a blessing in my life, and I've seen a number of items on Facebook and writings and so forth that I felt I wanted to spend a little time with that today. Now, before we do a final meditation, I do want to read to you because I found this so lovely a couple of weeks ago, and I put it aside, particularly thinking of this broadcast. It's from a little book, those who are in the 12-step know it, the 24-hour book, and you can see mine is very well used. But it was a writing for March 22nd, not that the date matters. But I love this. You cannot have a spiritual need which God cannot supply. Your fundamental need is a spiritual need, the need of power to live the good life. The best spiritual supply is received by you when you want it to pass on to other people. You get it largely by giving it away. God gives you strength as you pass it on to another person. That strength means increased health. Increased health means more good work, and more good work means more people helped. And so it goes on, a constant supply to meet all spiritual needs. Family caregivers, that's what you're doing. And you're passing it on to others, doing unto others, and one day it will be passed back to you. But in the doing, you are being blessed. Now, I'm going to conclude this morning with the loving kindness meditation. To do this, I'm going to ask you just to sit straight up in your chair. If you've got a back on your chair, just lean against it, putting your feet flat on the floor, legs spread, shoulder width perhaps, and the palms of your hands open to receive the spiritual energy of the universe that surrounds us. And first of all, I want you to visualize yourself surrounded in divine, spiritual love and light. Love and light. And as we visualize, let us say these words. May I be safe. May I be happy and at peace. May I be healthy and strong. And may I have the ease of well-being to accept all conditions of the world. And now, caregivers, I want you to picture your care recipient or recipients surrounding them in that very same light. You're in it already. Now see them in it. We're making that circle wider, making that circle bigger. And together we're going to pray. May you be safe. May you be happy and at peace. May you be healthy and strong. And may you have the ease of well-being to accept all conditions of the world. And now, in addition to our care recipients, perhaps there's someone whom you know who needs some special help. I know someone in my family, and I'm placing them in that special healing light, along with the care recipients with whom I'm dealing and myself. Make the circle wider, make the circle bigger. And for that person, let us pray. May you be safe. May you be happy and at peace. May you be healthy and strong. And may you have the ease of well-being to accept all conditions of the world. And now, this is the most difficult. Perhaps there's someone or some situation in your life that's causing you concern, angst, upset. Place that also in the circle of light and of love. Make the circle wider. And let us pray. May you be safe. May you be happy and at peace. May you be healthy and strong. And may you have the ease of well-being to accept all conditions of the world. And now, as we look at that circle, we embrace it. We are part of that world. We are part of that circle. And we give thanks. And as we say each and every week, each and every program, onward in love and caregiving. Namaste. God bless and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for being with me. And onward as you create a positive and wonderful world, day by day, celebrating each moment. God bless.